हेलो एवरीवन। तो इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे मॉडरेट ग्रुप एंड एक्सट्रीमिस्ट ग्रुप इन कांग्रेस। ठीक है, मॉडरेट और एक्सट्रीमिस्ट ग्रुप को हमें डिस्कस करना है। क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने से कि पहले कुछ चीज़ें हम कवर करते हैं, उसके बाद फिर हम क्वेश्चन को देखेंगे। देखिए, एरा ऑफ मॉडरेट या मॉडरेट ग्रुप्स क्या होते हैं, एक्सट्रीमिस्ट ग्रुप क्या होते हैं, इन्हें मॉडरेट और एक्सट्रीमिस्ट क्यों कहा जाता है, क्या ये कांग्रेस के अंदर थे या बाहर थे, इनकी आइडियोलॉजी क्या थी, ये सारी चीज़ें हम कवर करेंगे। तो देखिए, पहली बात तो हम देखेंगे कि जो मॉडरेट ग्रुप है उनका एरा क्या है, उनका टाइम क्या है। तो देखिए, 1885 से लेकर 1905 तक का मॉडरेट जो आपके ग्रुप है उनका टाइम होता है। कांग्रेस, इसको द कांग्रेस फेज इज नोन एज द लिबरल फेज। ठीक है, जो कांग्रेस का फेज था उसको हम लिबरल फेज कहते हैं, क्योंकि जो लीडरशिप्स होते हैं, लीडर्स ऑफ द मूवमेंट इन दिस फेज वाज मेनली इन द हैंड ऑफ द लिबरल लीडर्स। ठीक है, लिबरल फेज क्या है कि ऑल द लीडरशिप वाज इन हैंड ऑफ द लिबरल लीडर्स। ठीक है, लिबरल लीडर कौन कौन से थे, लाइक दादा भाई नौरोजी, फिरोज शाह मेहता। ठीक है, बहुत ध्यान से सुनिएगा, दादा भाई नौरोजी, फिरोज शाह मेहता, डी.ई. वाचा, दिनसा वाचा, डब्ल्यू.सी. बनर्जी, एस.एन. बनर्जी, ये सारे लोग जो है दे आर कॉल्ड मॉडरेट। ठीक है, मॉडरेट लीडर्स। द मॉडरेट पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविटी इन्वॉल्व इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एगिटेशन। ठीक है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एगिटेशन, प्रेयर्स और पिटिशंस में बिलीव करते थे। ठीक है, विद इन द कांग्रेस within the confines the law and showed a slow but orderly political progress. ठीक है, it shows a स्लो एंड ऑर्डरली पॉलिटिकल प्रोग्रेस। ठीक है, तो इनका जो प्रोग्रेस था दैट वाज वेरी स्लो। ठीक है, दे बिलीव ऑन द प्रेयर एंड पिटिशंस, दे बिलीव ऑन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एगिटेशंस। ठीक है, तो इनका जो पूरा सिस्टम था वो सब था तो, लेकिन बहुत ही स्लो चल रहा था। पॉलिटिकल जो प्रोग्रेस थी वो स्लो चल रही थी। टू अचीव दीज एंड्स दे वर्कड ऑन अ टू प्रोलॉन्ग्ड मेथोडोलॉजी। ठीक है, दो प्रोलॉन्ग मेथोडोलॉजी पे ये बिलीव करते थे। अभी हम मॉडरेट्स की बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, फिर हम एक्सट्रीमिस्ट्स पे आएंगे। तो मॉडरेट क्या था कि इनका जो पूरा इनका आइडियोलॉजी था वो प्रेयर और पिटिशन पे था, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एगिटेशन पे था, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली अपनी बात को वो सामने रखते थे। स्लो प्रोसेस था लेकिन डेवलपमेंट हो रहा था। ठीक है, To achieve these ends, they worked on a two prolonged methodology. कौन सी थी? One, to create a strong public opinion. पहली बात तो एक strong public opinion मतलब जो लोग हैं वो इनके जो है अपनी उनकी ओपिनियंस को सपोर्ट करें। दूसरी क्या है? टू अराउज द कॉन्शियसनेस एंड नेशनल स्पिरिट। ठीक है, नेशनल राष्ट्रवादिता को जो है उजागर करना। एंड देन एजुकेट, दूसरों को, जो लोग हैं आम जनता है उनको एजुकेट करना। फिर क्या था? परसुएड द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट एंड द ब्रिटिश पब्लिक ओपिनियन टू इंट्रोड्यूस द रिफॉर्म इन इंडिया। ठीक है, तो दे थॉट दैट इफ दे परसुएड, इफ दे let them know the actual position of the Indians, they will support Indian. ठीक है ना, Britishers will support the Indians. लेकिन ऐसा हुआ नहीं कभी। ठीक है, ये सोचते थे कि ब्रिटिशर्स को परसुएड किया जाएगा एंड जो गवर्नमेंट है, ब्रिटिश पब्लिक ओपिनियन इंट्रोड्यूस द रिफॉर्म्स इन इंडिया। ठीक है, ब्रिटिश पब्लिक जो ब्रिटिश लोग हैं उनको जो है आपको क्या किया जाएगा, परसुएड किया जाएगा कि इंडिया में वो रिफॉर्म्स लेके आए। ठीक है, तो ये हमारे मॉडरेट्स थे। ठीक है, अब ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, प्रेयर एंड पिटिशन को इन्होंने क्या किया था, प्रेयर और पिटिशन को इन्होंने अपना मेथड यूज किया था और ये जो है फेल रही। इफ दैट फेल्ड दे रिजॉर्टेड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एगिटेशन। प्रेयर और पिटिशन बार बार अगर आप याचनाएं करने के बाद वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं की जा रही है तो फिर वो जो है अगर फेल होती है तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एगिटेशन का सहारा ये लोग लेते थे। द गवर्नमेंट कमेटी, अ ब्रिटिश कमेटी ऑफ द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस वाज एस्टैब्लिश इन लंदन 1899। तो एक ब्रिटिश जो है कमेटी एस्टैब्लिश की गई थी, कहाँ पे? लंदन में 1899 में। कब? 1899 में। अब देखिए, कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो मॉडरेट से हमने देखा क्या है। ठीक है, कौन कौन से लीडर्स थे, वो बहुत मतलब प्रेयर और पिटिशन, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एजिटेशन के थ्रू अपनी बातों को मनवाना चाहते थे ब्रिटिशर्स से। वो ये सोचते थे कि हम अपनी बात उनके सामने रखेंगे तो हमारे लिए वो अच्छा रिफॉर्म लेके आएंगे इंडिया में। बट इट वाज ये कभी ये हुआ नहीं, ये चीज़ कभी पॉसिबल हो नहीं पाई। कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन कहाँ थे मॉडरेट के, हम देख लेते हैं। देखिए, इकोनॉमिक क्रिटिक ऑफ ब्रिटिश इम्पीरियलिज्म। ठीक है, ब्रिटिश की इम्पीरियलिज्म की पॉलिसी, जो साम्राज्यवाद की पॉलिसी थी, उसमें जो इकोनॉमिक इंडिया को लॉसेज हो रहे थे, जो इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट्स ब्रिटिश इंडिया से ले रहा था, उसको क्रिटिसाइज किया मॉडरेट्स ने। पहली बार किसी ने क्रिटिसाइज किया तो मॉडरेट्स ने क्रिटिसाइज किया। तो द अर्ली नेशनलिस्ट बाय दादा भाई नौरोजी और जैसे जो सी आर दत्त से या दिनसा वाचा थे एंड अदर्स केयरफुली एनालाइज द पॉलिटिकल इकोनॉमी ऑफ द ब्रिटिश रूल इन इंडिया एंड पुट फॉरवर्ड द ड्रेन थियरी। तो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट द ड्रेन थियरी वॉज पुट फॉरवर्ड बाय द दादा भाई नौरोजी, आर सी दत्त, दिनसा वाचा। ठीक है, तो ये आप याद रखिएगा नाम कि ड्रेन थियरी जो है, जो ब्रिटिश की जो ड्रेन ड्रेन थ्योरी थी, मतलब इंडिया का जो आपका इकोनॉमी थी वो जो है ड्रेन होके ब्रिटेन जा रही थी, है ना, लंदन जा रही थी। तो ड्रेन थ्योरी वाज conceptualized by दादाभाई नौरोजी, आरसी दत्त, दिनसा वाशा, ठीक है, टू एक्सप्लेन द ब्रिटिश एक्सप्लॉइटेशन ऑफ इंडिया, ठीक है, कैसे उन्होंने एक्सप्लॉइट किया इंडिया को। दूसरी चीज थी, पहले क्या थी, इकोनॉमिक क्रिटिक ऑफ ब्रिटिश इंपीरियलिज्म। दूसरी चीज थी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रिफॉर्म एंड प्रोपोगेंडा इन लेजिस्लेचर, ठीक है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रिफॉर्म एंड प्रोपोगेंडा इन लेजिस्लेचर। लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल इन इंडिया हैड नो रियल ऑफिशियल पावर टिल 1920s, ठीक है। The people were there in the legislature, but there was no real power in the hand of the Indians till 1920s, ठीक है। For the first central legislative council was expanded. For the first time, the central legislative council was expanded. 1961, the Council of India Act. It was called as the 1961 Council of India Act. In addition to the members of the Governor General and his council, 6 to, अब इसमें क्या था कि जो गवर्नर जनरल थे उनके काउंसिल में पहले 6 मेंबर्स थे, उसको बढ़ा के 12 कर दिया गया, ठीक है। 6 to 12 additional members were arranged, ठीक है। In the 30 years of 1962 to 1992, only 45 members were nominated in, ठीक है। तो टोटल अगर हम देखें 30 इयर्स का टाइम स्पैन, इतना लंबा जो टाइम स्पैन था 1862 से लेके 1892 तक सिर्फ 45 ओनली 45 मेंबर्स वो देयर, ठीक है, 45 लोग थे। अब नेक्स्ट हमारा था इंडियन काउंसिल एक्ट 1892, ठीक है। तो 1892 में क्या था कि ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट वाज फोर्स्ड टू पास द एक्ट ड्यू टू द इंक्रीजिंग पॉपुलैरिटी ऑफ द कांग्रेस ड्यूरिंग द लॉर्ड डफरिन पीरियड, ठीक है। तो लॉर्ड डफरिन के टाइम में द पॉपुलैरिटी ऑफ कांग्रेस जो थी वो क्या थी, वो इंक्रीज हो गई थी। इसकी वजह से ये जो इन्फोर्स किया गया गवर्नमेंट को कि वो जो है एक एक्ट पास करे, जो एक्ट 1892 का था, ठीक है। अब मेन प्रोविजंस क्या है, देखिए, नंबर ऑफ एडिशनल मेंबर्स ऑफ इंपीरियल लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल। अब मैं आपको क्या बता रही हूँ, 1892 का एक्ट बता रही हूँ, एग्जाम में सीधे पूछ सकता है कि 1892 के एक्ट में क्या हुआ था। तो नंबर्स ऑफ एडिशनल मेंबर्स इन इंपीरियल लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल एंड द प्रोविंशियल लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल वाज रेज्ड। तो दोनों जगह के नंबर्स रेज कर दिए गए। फर्स्ट वाज इन इंपीरियल लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल और प्रोविंशियल लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल, दोनों में ही जो है मेंबर्स हैं वो ऐड कर दिए गए, जोड़ दिए गए। इन इंपीरियल लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल नाउ द गवर्नर जनरल कुड हैव 10 to 16 नॉन ऑफिशियल मेंबर्स, ठीक है। तो पहले क्या थे, कितने थे आपके, 6 to 12 थे, ठीक है। इंस्टेड ऑफ 6 to 10 प्रीवियसली पहले 6 से 10 थे, लेकिन अब क्या है 16 तक जो है ये एक्सपेंड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। दूसरी क्या है, नॉन ऑफिशियल मेंबर्स ऑफ द इंडियन लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल वर to be nominated by the Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Provincial Legislative Council. The members of the non-official members of Indian Legislative Council were to be nominated by the Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Provincial Legislative Council, ठीक है। अब देखो, these members could be recommended by the universities, municipalities, जमींदार्स एंड चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स। तो ये पहली बार जो है क्या था, एक आपका जो हम अभी आज थर्ड ईयर गवर्नमेंट एक विकेंद्रीकरण की बात अगर देखते हैं कि विकेंद्रीकरण, इन लोगों को भी पावर दिया गया था, यूनिवर्सिटीज को, म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज को, आपके जमींदार्स को, चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स को, कि ये भी जो है नॉमिनेट कर सके मेंबर्स को, ठीक है। सो द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन वाज इंट्रोड्यूस, पहली बार जो है द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन वाज इंट्रोड्यूस। बंगाल budget could be discussed and question could be asked। तो एग्जाम में इम्पोर्टेंट है ये 1892 कौन सा प्रोविजन है, कौन सा एक्ट है जिसमें हम बजट में डिस्कस कर सकते थे और क्वेश्चंस को अराइज कर सकते थे। तो ये 1892 का है, ठीक है। तो ये चीज हमारी थी। अब क्वेश्चन हमारा आएगा, हाँ, क्वेश्चन हम सॉल्व करते हैं, देखते हैं क्वेश्चंस को। देखिए, द मॉडल मतलब टू प्रोटेस्ट ऑफ द मॉडरेट लीडर्स ऑफ द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस, क्या मतलब था, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एजिटेशन। हमने देखा था ना पहले जो है आपका क्या था, पिटीशंस, ठीक है ना, पिटीशंस वो डालते थे और पिटीशंस अगर उनकी रिजेक्ट हो जाती थी, प्रेयर्स करते थे, तो उसके बाद जो है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एजिटेशन का सहारा लिया करते थे, ठीक है। तो देखिए, द मेथड्स एम्प्लॉयड बाय द टू ग्रुप्स, मॉडरेट्स एंड एक्सट्रीमिस्ट ऑफ द कांग्रेस, वर डिफरेंट इन देयर टेम्पो एंड approach, ठीक है। The approach of the moderates and the extremists were different. Moderates were approaching to the British through the prayer and petitions and the आपका constitutional agitations, but but the extremist the tempo of the extremist reaction were different from the moderates. ठीक है, Congress split into two different groups at Surat session of Congress in 1907. ठीक है, तो सूरत सेशन में the Congress split into the two groups. 1907 सूरत सेशन में Congress split into two groups, and अभी आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि when they rejoined the Congress again, when the extremists rejoined the Congress again, that is in Lucknow session, and when लखनऊ सेशन आप बता सकते हैं कि लखनऊ सेशन हेल्ड कब हुआ था. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हमारा है while the moderates had infinite faith in the efficacy of the constitutional education. ठीक है, moderates की बहुत ज़्यादा efficacy, बहुत ज़्यादा faith था किसमें, constitutional agitation में, and in appealing to the British sense of justice and fair play, in holding annual conferences, making speeches, passing elaborate resolutions, and sending deputation to England. So what were the methods? They have deep faith on the efficacy of the constitutional agitation and appealing to the British. They have faith on the justice and the fair play of the British government. Okay, they believe on the passing speeches, attending annual conferences, passing elaborate resolution, and sending deputation to England. The extremists had no faith. You can see that there are two different ways to approach the same goal. ठीक है, two different ways to approach the same goal. First was to petition prayers, constitutional affirmations, and second was the extremists have no faith at all, no benevolence of the British public or parliament, nor they convinced the efficacy of the merely holding conferences. They were not interested to holding conferences. Extremists had faith on the concept of passive resistance. Okay, they rely on the concept of the passive resistance, not the petitions and prayers. Okay, next question is, which one of the following movements has contributed to the split in the Indian National Congress, resulting in the emergence of the moderates and extremists? What was the reason behind which the Congress split into the two groups, that is moderate and extremist? This is the simplest way. Answer is Swadeshi movement. So because of Swadeshi movement, the Congress split into two, because Indian National Congress moderates did not want to spread the Swadeshi beyond Bengal, but the extremist leaders wanted to spread it on the national level, wanted Swadeshi movement to be spread on the national level. Okay, this was the main conflict between the two. Surat split 1907. Surat split 1907 refers to the split in the Congress party into two groups, that is moderates and extremists. Okay, moderates believe in the policy of settlement of minor issues with the government by the deliberation, strike, boycott, force their demands. Moderates oppose the resolution of Swaraj, Swadeshi, boycott of foreign goods, but extremists were not in favor of these. ठीक है, मॉडरेट्स क्या बिलीव करते थे कि डेलिब्रेशन, स्ट्राइक, बाइकआउट ये सब करके अपनी बात मनवा लेंगे. मॉडरेट्स अपोज, हाँ, okay, moderates oppose the resolution on Swaraj, Swadeshi and boycott of the foreign goods, but extremists were not in favor of these. ठीक है, ये main difference था. Hence the difference of opinion between the moderates and extremists finally reached to the split in the Congress in 1907. Next question is, most of the moderate leaders hailed from. So most of the moderate leaders were hailed from the urban class, urban areas, or middle class or upper middle class. They belonged to the upper middle class strata of middle class economy, and they were highly educated persons. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए जो है they were called the microscopic minority. ठीक है, moderates or the INC were called the microscopic minority because they were from the urban areas only. Okay, तो urban areas हो जाएगा. देखिए, During the era of the liberal policies of Dadabhai Naoroji, Firoz Shah Mehta, Dinsa Vacha, Bhomesh Chandra Banerjee and Surendranath Banerjee were the moderate leaders who hailed from the urban areas. Moderation of prosperous and middle class school like the barristers, they were from the, I told you that they were from the middle class family or middle class strata, and they were barristers, doctors, engineers, journalists, and literary people who found during this period the little and high designated charmed them. Sorry, the title and the high designation charmed them. Means the title conferred by the British government. Title conferred by the British government charmed these peoples. They represent these representative of Congress hail from the metropolitan cities and do not they don't have connection with the common people. They don't have connection with the rural population. Okay. Next question is, who of the following continuously from 1904 onwards emphasize on the grant of self rule in India? ठीक है, grant of self rule in India. So from 1904 onwards, the right answer will be Dadabhai Naoroji. ठीक है, 1904 Dadabhai Naoroji demanded Swaraj and self government for India and continuously emphasized on the grant of the self rule in India. He first time expressed publicly his presidential address 1906 to demand the Swaraj self-rule. So publicly for first time he declared the demand of the Swaraj or self-rule in 1906 in his presidential address. Next question is, which one of the following was not an extremist? Extremist कौन नहीं था? ठीक है, who was not an extremist? तो देखिए, बाल गंगाधर तिलक, Madan Lal and Udham Singh, all were the extremist leaders. But M.K. Gokhale, Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the moderate leader. He was the moderate person. ठीक है, Gopal Krishna Gokhale was not the extremist. He was moderate. So Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the prominent social reformer. He was the prominent social reformer of India who founded an organization to work for the relief of the underprivileged, ठीक है, underprivileged, and he led to the moderate nationalist in the early years of Indian National Congress. He was an influential and respectable member of the Indian National Congress, leading the national organization in the pre-independence India. Gokhale advocated the moderate and constitutional method. This was the method of the moderate people, and Gokhale also advocated the moderate and constitutional method of education and gradual reform. He participated for the first time in 1888 Congress session in Allahabad. He participated for the first time in 1888 at the Allahabad session. He was elected onto Bombay Constitution Council and later Imperial Legislative Council. Okay. So let's see something about the extremists. Then after we will discuss the questions. So first, why militant nationalism grew in India? So this is the era of the militant nationalism, or we will cover it in the answer itself. So next question is, who among the following was not an outstanding leader of the militant nationalism? What is militant nationalism? पहले हम militant nationalism समझ लेते हैं कि क्या है ये militant nationalism. ठीक है, देखते हैं. देखिए, the militant nationalism, the policy of the persuasion of the Congress did not have any special effect on the British government. The persuasion policy was related to the moderates, but it has no effect on the British government. So they continued to be arbitrary in place. In response to this, the feeling was born that Swaraj will be attained from the struggle only. The policy of persuasion, policy of the prayer, policy of the constitutional agitation was no effect on the British government. There were no effect on the British government. So the feeling was born that Swaraj will be attained by the struggle only. The constitutional method was lost the confidence in the Indians. ठीक है, there were no confidence on the constitutional methods. Therefore, the feeling of attaining a freedom through the struggle is called the extreme nationalism. Extreme means what? Extreme means not the case of the normal condition, not the case of the peaceful condition. It is the extreme, ठीक है, extreme level. So there was no faith on the constitutional remedies, therefore no faith on the constitutional agitation or prayer or petition. So they followed the path of the nationalism or nationalism by extremism, ठीक है. So they thought that they can attain freedom only through the struggle, that is called the extreme nationalism. A party of the Indian National Congress was a stanch supporter of this statement, okay, or this sentiment. So a party of the Indian National Congress was a stanch supporter of this sentence, okay. So nationalism nationalism or militant nationalism, who were not having faith on the constitutional agitation, who thought that the attainment of the freedom through struggle, who thought only in the attainment of the freedom through a struggle, it is called as a national militant nationalism, okay. So let's see, who among the following was not an outstanding leader of the militant nationalism? Gopal Krishna Gokhale, no, he was the moderate, he belonged to the branch of the moderate nationalism. Bipin Chandra Pal, okay, who was not पूछा है तो not गोपाल, ये आपका first will be the right answer, ठीक है. first क्या था? first was गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले. बाकी जितने भी आंसर में है वो सारे जो है आपके extremist leaders थे, ठीक है. गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले was one of the social and political leaders during the Indian independence movement against the British rule in India. He was senior leader of INC, founder of this this is important, he was the founder of the Servant of Indian Society, and he was not the leader of the militant nationalism. Who among the following was not an extremist nationalist leader? G.K. Gokhale, ठीक है. G.K. Gokhale was not. Who accused Indian National Congress of participating political pray, petition and protest? Bal Gangadhar Tilak, ठीक है. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, the first two decades of INC is described as the history as a moderate. First two decades is categorized as the history as moderate era. Among some of the prominent leaders were Dadabhai Naoroji, Surendranath Banerjee, Madhav Govind Ranade, Firoz Shah Mehta, Gopal Krishna Gokhale and Anand Mohan Bose were the moderate leaders. They had a sense of confidence. Sense of confidence in what? They had the sense of confidence in the British justice and the generosity, okay. Their aim was not the aggressive nationalism. They were not supporting the aggressive nationalism for attaining independence. Leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal and Bipin Chandra Pal raised extremist ideology. B.J. Tilak accused that they believed in the constitutional method and favored the policy of the protest, prayer and petition, okay. Next question is, who accused Indian National Congress of participating politics of the pray and petition and protest? Pray and petition and protest. So ये जो है आपका बाल गंगाधर तिलक थे. उन्होंने कहा कि सिर्फ प्रेयर और पिटिशन करते रहते हैं, ठीक है. तो ये जो है अक्यूज किया था मॉडरेट्स को बाल गंगाधर तिलक ने, ठीक है. तो ये हो गया हमारा. अब नेक्स्ट है, the Congress policy of pray and petition ultimately came to an end under the guidance of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Answer will be Bal Gangadhar. The Congress policy of pray and petition ultimately came to an end under the leadership of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He was the strongest opponent of the British Empire and he strongly recommended the method of agitation, ठीक है. Many intellectual congressmen became his followers. Leaders like Lala Lajpat Rai of Punjab, Bipin Chandra Pal of Calcutta turned stanch follower of him, okay. They strongly opposed the moderate policies of Congress, ठीक है. वो उन्होंने अपोज कर दिया, जो मॉडरेट जो है पॉलिसी थी पूरी, वो सारी पॉलिसी को अपोज किया. Who called the Indian National Congress as begging institute, ठीक है. begging institute किसने कहा था? तो बाल गंगाधर तिलक accused Indian National Congress as the begging institute, ठीक है. जो आपका Indian National Congress was established at Bombay based Gokul Das Tezpal Sanskrit Vidyalay on 28 December 1885. Extremists contended negatively about the Congress. Bal Gangadhar Tilak called the Indian National Congress as the begging institute. Next question is, Indian national movement came to be dominated by the extremists after 1906. Okay, after 1906, the Indian National Congress was dominated by the extremists. After the year 1906, the effect of the extremism had increased on the Indian national movement. The Congress split at the Surat came in December 1907, and around the time when the revolutionary terrorism gained momentum. Okay, after the split of the Surat, after the Congress split of the Surat in December 1907, around this time, the revolutionary terrorism has gained the momentum. The extremists whose aggressive nationalist members of Indian National Congress, the important extremist leaders were, who were the important extremist leaders? Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, and Aurobindo Ghosh. Tilak announced that Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Okay. Next is, which one of the following leaders belong to the extremist wing of the Congress? So Dadabhai Naoroji, S.N. Banerjee and Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the moderate, and Aurobindo Ghosh belongs to the extreme extremist wing. Aurobindo Ghosh, extremist Congress. He was the fourth pillar of Lal Bal Pal Ghosh. ठीक है? It was he was arrested in 1908 by British policies in a raid. He got the punishment of 1 year imprisonment. He got the punishment of 1 year imprisonment, but he was released due to the lack of evidence. Finally, he became the sage. ठीक है, himself from revolutionary activities. He excluded himself from the revolutionary activities and moved to Pondicherry. After that, after he got free from the imprisonment, he became the sage, and he excluded himself from the revolutionary activities, and he moved to Puducherry. Who among the following was not known as the moderate in Indian National Congress? So Bal Gangadhar Tilak was not known as the moderate. He was the extremist leader. Who is popularly known as the Sher-e Punjab? Lala Lajpat Rai was called as the Sher-e Punjab. ठीक है, Sher-e Punjab. Lala Lajpat Rai was Sher-e Punjab, and he was extremist representative of Congress, Punjab in Congress, and he was known as the Punjab Kesari. ठीक है, Punjab Kesari. Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal, named as the Lal Bal Pal. Lala Lajpat Rai was injured in lathi charge during the Simon Commission protest, due to which he died on the 17th November 1928. 17 November he died on 17 November 1928. Next is, who among the following was not associated with the moderate? Who among the following was not associated with the moderate in Indian National Congress? Okay. Who was not the moderate? So Lala Lajpat Rai was extremist, Lal Bal Pal Ghosh was extremist, and Firoz Shah Mehta, Dadabhai Naoroji, and Gopal Krishna Gokhale was moderate. Okay. Next question is, who among the following was considered Lala Lajpat Rai as his political guru? तो लाला लाजपत राय ने अपने पॉलिटिकल गुरु मैजिनी को बनाया था. किसको बनाया था? मैजिनी को. ठीक है, मैजिनी को. लाला लाजपत राय accepted the Italian revolutionary Mazzini as his political guru after reading his biography, and later translated splendid creations of Mazzini, The Duty of Man, in Urdu also. Okay, he translated Mazzini's biography, The Duty of Man, in Urdu. ठीक है, Duty of Man in Urdu. It was not biography, actually it was the creation of Mazzini, The Duty of Man, and it was translated into Urdu by Lala Lajpat Rai. Who of the following was not a moderate? So Bal Gangadhar Tilak was the extremist leader. He was not the moderate. A.O. Hume, Madan Mohan Malviya, and Gopal Krishna Gokhale. A.O. Hume was the retired civil servant, and Madan Mohan Malviya and Gopal Krishna Gokhale were the national moderates. Yeah, neo-nationalist group, that is Lal Bal Pal, was disillusioned by the initial moderate policies of Congress. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was a pioneer of his new ideology. He was extremist, not the moderate. Next is, who among the following leaders was a supporter of the Swadeshi? Aurobindo Ghosh was a supporter of the Swadeshi. बाकी जो आपके 3 leaders बचते हैं, फिरोज शाह मेहता, दादाभाई नौरोजी, सुभाष चंद्र बोस, were the moderates and who were not the supporters of the Swadeshi. Okay. Aurobindo Ghosh was the prime leader of the Swadesi movement 1905 to 1908. Swadesi movement 1905 to 1908, which started to protest against the Bengal partition. Okay, Swadesi movement started to protest the Bengal partition. The other main leaders of this movement was Lala Lajpat Rai in Punjab, Bal Gangadhar Tilak in Maharashtra, and Bipin Chandra Pal in Bengal. Who among the following is known as the father of Indian unrest? The father of Indian unrest was Lokmanya Tilak Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Lokman Bal Gangadhar Tilak was called the father of Indian unrest. Yes, Bal Gangadhar Tilak believed in the service and sacrifice. He believed in the service and sacrifice. He had courage. He had courage to challenge the British Empire. Okay, he has courage to challenge the British Empire. It was the result of the effort. It was the result of the effort. Whose effort? It was the result of the effort that Indian National Congress became the party to criticize the British policies instead of praising his rule. The main contribution of the Bal Gangadhar Tilak was that the INC was capable of criticizing the British instead of praying and petitions. Okay, instead of praying and sending constitutional agitations. Okay, sending delegations to London. Though this time, after the Bal Gangadhar Tilak, the INC came in front to criticize the British government or British policies. Who said this, that the Bal Gangadhar Tilak was responsible for the Indian unrest? So Valentine Shirole. Valentine Shiro's termed J.B. Tilak as the father of Indian unrest. Tilak went to England to file a defamation suit against the Shirole, but not defeated. Okay, but got defeated. Who called Bal Gangadhar Tilak as the father of Indian unrest? So Valentine Shirole called the Bal Gangadhar Tilak as the father of Indian unrest. Next question is, who said Tilak is the father of Indian unrest? Same question, Valentine Shirole. Who among the following was seen as the father of Indian unrest? So, who was seen? Bal Gangadhar Tilak. After the sentence of B.G. Tilak, who among the following helped for the mercy and said, my interest in Tilak is that a Sanskrit scholar, Max Muller. Okay, Max Muller supported Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and he said that and Bal Gangadhar Tilak was the stand supporter of the Swadesi and belonged to the extremist camp, and to oppose the British rule. He founded the English Weekly. Bal Gangadhar Tilak founded English Weekly Maratha. Maratha was English Weekly. Okay, Maratha was English Weekly, and Marathi. ठीक है, मराठी वीकली द केसरी. ठीक है, मराठी वीकली, केसरी वॉज इन मराठी, मराठा वॉज इन इंग्लिश, केसरी वॉज इन मराठी. Both papers were extreme nationalists and brought Tilak into the reach of criminal law. Tilak's utterance and writing were regarded as a radical content, and so that he was sentenced. Max Muller pleaded for the government mercy for Tilak, saying, as the great scholar of the Sanskrit, and I am interested in the Tilak. Okay, he asked for the mercy for the Tilak. Who? Max Muller. He said that he was a great scholar. He was the great scholar of Sanskrit, and because of this Sanskrit scholar, he was keenly interested in Tilak. Which extremist leader of the freedom movement was given 6 years jail punishment in 1908? So he was the Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Okay, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was an extremist nationalist and worked for Swadesi, and with the other nationalists like Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal. 1908, Tilak was sentenced for the 6 years imprisonment. He was deported to Burma. Okay, he was deported to Burma and kept in the Mandalay fortress along with the Lala Lajpat Rai and others. In case of the sentence, he was the publication of some seditious article in his weekly papers. The Kesari, in opposition to the sentence, first political strike took place in Bombay. Okay, In opposition to his imprisonment, the first political strike was took in Bombay by the laborers of the Bombay cloth mills. So this will be the question. This may be the question, that who was first opposed the imprisonment of the Tilak. So they were the laborers of the Bombay mill cloth. Tilak wrote the book Gita Rahasya. Which book? Gita Rahasya, during his imprisonment in the Mandalay jail. In 1908, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was imprisoned for 6 years. Which one of the following defines the extremist ideology during the early phase of Indian freedom movement? Okay, which one of the following defines the extremist ideology during the early phase of Indian freedom movement? So, obtaining self-government and aggressive means in the place of petition and constitutional base. Okay. Yes. Moderates believe in the constitutional methods and the British law, adopting proposals and delegations to London for the negotiations and discussions. On the other hand, extremists believe in the aggressive protest, self-sacrifice and determination, and bringing the Indian independence movement. Independence movement for the extremists as the complete independence for the foreign control. Okay, extremists believe that there should be complete independence from the foreign control, while moderates meant independence as self-governance. Okay, they don't have the problem with the government, British government, if they existed in India, but they want some self-government. They want some self-government, not the complete independence. So that was the basic difference between the moderates and extremists. The Indian Muslims in general were not attracted to the extremist movement, because Indian Muslims were not attracted with the extremist movement because extremist policy of harping on Hindu part. Okay, extremist policy were harping on Hindu parts. Okay. Aurobindo Ghosh proclaimed, independence is the purpose of our lives, and only Hindu religion will fulfill this objective. Nationally, it is a religion and it is a gift of God. It is said by the Aurobindo Ghosh. Assassin and reason. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was a communalist. Second, R's reason is he used the religion as a political weapon. So R is wrong, but A is right. Okay, R is wrong, but A is right. Tilak was actually the stanch nationalist. He was not the communalist. Okay, he supported the Swaraj as the birthright. Okay, for every Indian, and in the way he tried to make close contact with the people of the India, and his view was considered as the pioneer of the M.K. Gandhi. Sorry. He protested against the club cow slaughter. Okay, he started Ganpati Parva and Shivaji Mahotsav in Maharashtra to enthuse nationalist feeling among the masses. On the other hand, he used the religion as the political weapon, but not the communal purpose. Next question is, Ganpati festival in Maharashtra was started by, so it is clear that it started by B.G. Tilak. Okay, who among the following transferred the traditional Ganpati festival of Maharashtra into the national festival and give the political character? So he was the Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Bal Gangadhar Tilak did that along with the Mahatma Gandhi. Who among the following Muslim did not lift the bier of the Bal Gangadhar Tilak? Shaukat Ali. ठीक है, did not need, did lift. ठीक है, तो शौकत अली वॉज द पर्सन किसने महात्मा गांधी के साथ जो है उनकी अर्थी को कांधा दिया था. ये क्वेश्चन आया हुआ था 2014 में. तो शौकत अली एंड सर सैफुद्दीन किशलू. हु? Shaukat Ali, Sir Saifuddin Kishlu, along with the Mahatma Gandhi, lifted the bier of Bal Gangadhar Tilak after his death, 1st August 1920. Okay, 1st August 1920. And Maulana Hasrat Mohani read the. अब उन्होंने जो है उस टाइम जो पढ़ा जाता है वो पढ़ा होता है मौलाना हसरत मोहानी ने. ठीक है, तो ये चीज़ हमारी हो गई कवर. और नेक्स्ट में हमें रिवोल्यूशनरी मूवमेंट इन इंडिया को कवर करना है. ठीक है, रिवोल्यूशनरी मूवमेंट इन इंडिया. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. थैंक यू.